Hi guys, Eevee Guy here. Welcome to my normal type Nuzlocke. Today I will do a normal type Nuzlocke challenge, and this is going to be one of the challenges of the first video series of Nuzlockes that I'm doing, each generation divided by episodes. So welcome to episode 1 of my normal type Nuzlocke. And this episode will start in Kanto, in Gen 1 games. Wow! Kanto, the first 151 Pokemon introduced to the main series. And all of those 151 Pokemon, we actually have 50 normal type Pokemon to choose for. You see, in Gen 1 games we can catch Pidgey, Rattata, Spearow, Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Meowth, Farfetch, Dodu, Lickitung, Chansey, Kangaskhan, Tauros, Ditto, Porygon and Snorlax. And we can actually catch all of them, if we need to. Well, almost all of them. In Safari Zone we have 3 Pokemon, Chansey, Kangaskhan and Tauros, but we can only catch one of them. Depending on which of them shows up first, we can only have 13 Pokemon. Still a lot, so I'm sure we will be okay. Normal types are only weak to fighting types, but they are not strong against anything else. But they still have strong normal type moves, and normal type Pokemon can learn good moves from other types. So, with a little love and patience too, of course, I'm sure we can lead them into victory. So, the rules for this challenge is, if a Pokemon faints, is dead, and must be boxed or released. I can only catch the first normal type, or that will become a normal type Pokemon after evolving in each route. Every time I defeat a gym leader, that gym will be my checkpoint. If I black out, I must reset from the last checkpoint. I will be playing set mode. I will use HM Mules if I need to. It's not really a rule, but you understand me. My level cap will start level 15 and increase always 5 levels for the next gym. If it goes over level, I will put it in the box until it can be used again. And this means I will not use the normal level cap from the gym leaders. For the first gym I will be at level 15, the second gym I will be at level 20, and so on. And this means this rule will bring advantages, but it will also bring disadvantages for myself. Of course I will still try to match the levels from the gym leaders, if I need to, the ones below the level, of course. Some of you will not agree with my rules, especially the last one, and that's fair, I respect that, but those are my rules. So put a like on that video, subscribe to my channel if you will appreciate, and come with me in this adventure. So we start in Pallet Town, and for my starter I choose Bulbasaur, which I name Uda. Then the battle with our rival starts and we lose, but no matter. Because now that I buy Pokeballs, the run official starts. And I go get my real starter for this normal type challenge. On Route 1 I catch a Rattata and I name it Remy, which will be my real starter. Then I go to Route 2 and I catch a Pidgey and I name it Feathers. And after I level up, it's time to face Brock, the Rock type gym leader. And yes, Rock type are hard to hit, but still there is a way. He starts with Geodude and I go with Feathers. I send 6 sand attacks to lower Geodude's accuracy, then I change for Remy and I use Tail Whip to lower its defense. Then I use Hyper Fang to put Geodude down. Last is Onix, so I change back to Feathers and again I go for 6 sand attacks, then I change back to Remy and I use 6 Tail Whips to lower Onix's defense. Then after that I use 3 Hyper Fangs to put Onix down and we win the first batch. Not bad. Then on Mount Moon I found my next encounter, a Clefairy, and I name it Fairy. Then I get the Moonstone and I give it right away to Fairy to evolve it into Clefable. Oh, and Feathers evolve into Pidgeotto as well on Mount Moon. Then on Route 4 I catch my next encounter, a Spearow, which I name it Bird of Prey. Then after some training I decide to go face Misty, the water type gym leader. She starts with Staryu and I go with Fairy. I go first for 6 Growls to lower Staryu's attack, then I change for Remy and I use Hyper Fang, but a Water Gun from Staryu leaves Remy on half. Then another Hyper Fang leaves Staryu on the red, so I change for Feathers, then I go for Quick Attack to finish off Staryu. Next is Starmie. Feathers takes a lot of damage from Bubble Beam while I go for Sand Attack. Then of course I thought I could at least put another sand attack before I switch, but Starmie crits with Bubble Beam, killing Feathers. Sorry buddy, that's my fault, rest in peace. And since I wanted to gamble, I decided to bring Remy, and fortunately Misty puts an X defense on Starmie while I go for Hyper Fang, which leaves Starmie on half. But then I change for Fairy, which takes a tackle, then I go for Pound, and Starmie still goes for Tackle, which by the way, crit twice in a row. A last tackle leaves Fairy on just 3 HP, and another Pound leaves Starmie on the red. So I'm thinking that I have to let go as well Fairy, but Starmie misses a Bubble Beam, so our last Pound takes down Starmie, winning the second badge. Yeah, Misty, I really hate you. Look at our team. And she manages to take down Feathers. Damn her. Well, it was my fault as well to not put them on level 20 at least. But oh well. I managed to put Remy and Bird of Prey and evolve them into Raticate and Fearow respectively. Next we have the fight against our rival, Chomp. It starts with Pidgeotto, an image from my own Pidgeotto that fall in the hands of that bit. I go with Bird of Prey, Pidgeotto goes for Quick Attack and I go for Fury Attack, which lands 5 times, which means Pidgeotto goes down right away. Next is Abra, which goes down with 2 Fury Attacks. Next is Rattata, which also goes down with 3 Fury Attacks. Last is Charmander and I change for Fairy, because the TM I just got from Misty, Bubble Beam, I teach it to Fairy, which means a single Bubble Beam is enough to take Charmander down, winning the fight. Then on Route 5 I catch my next encounter, a Meowth, and I name it Luna. Then on the SSN I got another fight with my rival Chomp. It starts with Pidgeotto and I go with Luna to get some experience, then I change for Bird of Prey, and after some Fury Attack, Pidgeotto goes down. But this time it made a lot of damage to Bird of Prey. Next is Raticate, so I change for Remy, my own Raticate, for a mirror match, which takes a Hyper Fang and makes a half damage, then I go for my own Hyper Fang, which leaves Raticate on the red. Then Chomp heals, but another Hyper Fang takes Raticate down. Next is Kadabra, and a single Hyper Fang takes it down. Last is Charmeleon, but of course I change for Fairy, and I take down Charmeleon with 2 Bubble Beams, winning the fight. Then we go face Lieutenant Surge, the electric type gym leader. But thanks to Remy knowing Dig, Voltorb, Pikachu and Raichu go down with a single dig each, winning an easy 3rd badge. Now that I have Cut, I can go back to Pewter City and go to Route 3 to get my next encounter, a Jigglypuff, which I catch and I name it Balloon. Then I go as well back to the Mount Moon, because I forgot the second Moonstone. I grab it and I give it to Balloon to evolve it into Wigglytuff right away. Then I go straight to Celadon City, and on the way, Luna evolve into Persian. So we get into Celadon City, and it's time to face Erika, the Grass-type gym leader. She starts with Victory Bell, and I go with Luna. Victory Bell makes a crit with Razor Leaf, making a lot of damage to Luna, but 3 bites are enough to take it down. Next is Tangela, so I change for Bird of Prey, and although Tangela traps us with Bind, 2 pecks are enough to put it down. Last is Vileplume, I go for Peck, and still make a lot of damage, but Vileplume puts Bird of Prey to sleep, and Bird of Prey it's enjoying its nap, so I'm forced to change for Fairy, which takes down Vileplume with a Body Slam, winning us the 4th badge. Then on the Pokemon Tower we have another fight with our rival. It starts with Pidgeotto and I go with Luna, and a single Thunderbolt takes down Pidgeotto. Next is Execute, I go for Bite, but Execute uses Hypnosis to put Luna to sleep. So after some turns, Luna finally wakes up and takes down Execute with 2 more bites. Next is Gyarados, which goes down with a single Thunderbolt. Next is Kadabra, which goes down with a single bite. And last is Charmeleon, so I change for Fairy, which takes down Charmeleon with 2 Bubble Beams, winning the fight. Then I go to Route 16 to wake up the Snorlax and catch it for myself, and I name it Lazy Bear. And now I get to Fuchsia City, where I can go face Koga, the Poison-type gym leader. It starts with Coughing and I go with Fairy, which I teach the TM Psychic, which means thanks to that Fairy uses Psychic in all of Koga's Pokemon, getting Poison in the process, but that doesn't matter. The 5th badge is ours. Then I go to the Safari Zone to try to get my next encounter, which I doubt it, because I hate Safari Zone's encounter. They can be difficult to catch, and if they run away, you don't have other choice. Here you can find Chansey, Tauros and Kangaskhan. To be fair, I was expecting a Tauros, but I ended up finding a Kangaskhan. I throw bait, lots of it, and my Pokeball didn't even catch it. I spent most of my balls to catch this thing. Until I actually got so serious that I throw a rock at it, Kangaskhan gets angry at me, that's when I throw the Pokeball, one of the last two that I have, but I know it will escape anyway, so... no way. No way! Okay then. I catch a Kangaskhan. After what, 29 Safari balls? Damn, this thing was difficult to catch. But finally, I name it Kango. And then we have the rival fight on the Silph Cove. It starts with Pidgeot and I go with Luna, then 2 Thunderbolts takes care of Pidgeot. Next is Execute, which poisons Luna, so I go for a couple of bites, then I change for Bird of Prey, which gets hit by a Stun Spore on the switch. How did he predict me? Because of this, Bird of Prey gets fully paralyzed sometimes, but eventually takes Execute down with 3 pecks. Next is Gyarados, so I change back for Luna, which is still poison, yes, but I take down Gyarados with 2 Thunderbolts. Next is Alakazam, so I change for Lazy Bear, and 2 Headbutts is enough to take down Alakazam. Last is Charizard, which is on level 40. I forgot to level up my team, which means I will have some work to do, but fortunately Lazy Bear is bulky enough to take those Embers, and a couple of Surfs takes down Charizard, winning the fight. Next we have the fight against Giovanni. It starts with Nidorino and I go with Fairy, 1 Psychic and a Pound puts Nidorino down. Next is Kangaskhan, which I take down with 2 Psychics. Next is Rhyhorn, which I take down with a Bubble Beam, and last is Nidoqueen, which I take down with 2 Psychics, winning the fight. Next we face Sabrina, the Psychic type gym leader. She starts with Kadabra and I go with Fairy, and then I use Body Slam to take down Kadabra in 1 shot. Next is Mr. Mime, which goes down with 2 Body Slams. Next is Venomoth, but this one I take down with 2 Psychics. Last is Alakazam, which manages to leave Fairy on the red, but we take it down with 2 Body Slams, winning the 6th badge. Nice! I use an antidote to cure the poison from Fairy and then I get out of there. Then I go face Blaine, the Fire type gym leader. I go with Lazy Bear, which takes care every single Pokemon of his with Surf. Although I still had to use Rest to cure Lazy Bear, but we win the 7th badge. Facing Giovanni, the Ground type gym leader, Lazy Bear also took care of his team with Surf too, winning the last badge. And next we have the rival fight. It starts with Pidgeot and I go with Luna. 2 Thunderbolts takes care of Pidgeot. Next is Rhyhorn, so I change for Fairy to take care of it with Bubble Beam. Next is Execute, so I change for Bird of Prey to take care of it with Drill Peck. Next is Gyarados, so I change back for Luna to take care of it with a Bite and a Thunderbolt. Next is Alakazam and I take care of it with 2 bites. Last is Charizard, so I change for Lazy Bear to take care of Charizard with 2 Surfs, winning the fight. Now it's time to face the Elite Four. First is Lorelei, the Ice-type specialist. She starts with Dewgong and I go with Luna. I go with Thunderbolt, then Dewgong uses Rest to heal, so 2 more Thunderbolts and a Bite finish Dewgong. Next is Cloyster, which goes down with a Thunderbolt and a Slash. Next is Slowbro, which goes down with 2 Thunderbolts. Next is Jinx, which goes down with a Slash. Last is Lapras, I go for a Thunderbolt, Lapras goes for a Blizzard. Next I go for another Thunderbolt and Lapras this time goes for Body Slam, leaving Luna on 11 HP. Then a last Thunderbolt finishes Lapras, winning the fight. Next is Bruno, the Fighting type specialist. He starts with Onix and I go with Fairy. I take down Onix with a Bubble Beam, Intmochan with Psychic, Intmolly with Psychic, the second Onix with Bubble Beam, and Machamp with 2 Psychics, winning the fight. Next is Agatha, the Poison type specialist. She starts with Gengar and I go with Fairy again. 2 Psychics takes down Gengar. Next is Golbat, which goes down with a Psychic and a Body Slam. Next is Haunter, which goes down with a Psychic and 2 Bubble Beams. Next is Arbok, which goes down with a single Psychic. Last is the second Gengar, which goes down with a Psychic and a couple of Bubble Beams, winning the fight. Next is Lance, the Dragon type specialist. It starts with Gyarados and I go with Luna. I go for a Thunderbolt, which leaves Gyarados on the red. Then Lance heals Gyarados, I go for another Thunderbolt and Gyarados goes for Dragon Rage, but then it goes down with Slash. Next is Dragonair, so I change for Fairy, and I take it down with Blizzard. Next is the second Dragonair, and it goes down the same way. Next is Aerodactyl, so I change for Lazy Bear. Lazy Bear takes an Hyper Beam, which leaves it on 14 HP. So I use Rest to heal Lazy Bear. Unfortunately, Lazy Bear wakes right away, then it takes another Hyper Beam, but then 2 Surfs are enough to take down Aerodactyl. Last is Dragonite, so I change back to Fairy and I take down Dragonite with a Blizzard, winning the fight. Now it's time to face our rival, Chomp, the champion. It starts with Pidgeot and I go with Luna. 2 Thunderbolts takes down Pidgeot. Next is Alakazam, which goes down with a single slash. Next is Rhydon, so I change for Lazy Bear, which takes down Rhydon with a single surf. Next is Executor, so I change for Bird of Prey, and I take it down with 2 Drill Pecks. Next is Gyarados, so I change back for Luna, which takes an Hydro Pump, and then takes down Gyarados with a Thunderbolt and a Slash. Last is Charizard, so I change for Lazy Bear again, which takes a Fire Blast and gets burned. I go for Surf, making a little damage. I go for another Surf, which leaves Charizard on the red. I go for Rest to heal Lazy Bear, while Chomp heals Charizard with a full restore. Then while Lazy Bear sleeps, Charizard attacks with Rage. When Lazy Bear awakes, I take down Charizard with 2 Surfs, becoming the champion, winning the fight and the run. Wow! I wasn't expecting for this challenge to be so easy. I mean, yes, I still lose feathers, but that was probably a mistake from my part. Rest in peace. But overall, the rest of the challenge was actually very easy. I didn't even use Kangaskhan or Balloon, which was nice. I hope you enjoyed this challenge as much as I enjoyed playing it. If you did, put a like on that video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. Eevee will also appreciate. I hope I see you on the next time. Peace!